Ski and Captain Steve.
G-Ski and Captain Steve, all right.
Hey Herman, our question is the financial reform bill.
Yes.
What can we do? What's your opinion of the financial reform bill?
And when G and I talk to people about it, outside of the obvious, you can see, how do we get them to know that we're not making this a racial issue?
The financial reform bill is another deformed piece of legislation. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it, because it's going to take away more of our liberties. They're going to create another bureaucracy that's supposed to be overseeing the financial institutions. And the thing about it is, Chris Dodd, Senator Chris Dodd, and Representative Bonnie Frank, who authored the bill, are two of the biggest dishonest crooks in Washington, D.C. And yes, I said it on the radio. It doesn't even address the two biggest culprits to the financial meltdown, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. They excluded them from this new oversight. How arrogant! They excluded them, and they are the ones that were the catalyst for the meltdown that we experienced at the end of 2008. That legislation needs to be repealed once we take back control. Healthcare reform needs to be repealed once we take back control. And for those people who still think this is a racist organization, look at those two guys back there standing next to you. Put your arm around one another. We ain't got no racism out here. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the question. About this ridiculous NAACP accusation of Tea Party people. Ridiculous. I am, for those of you that haven't noticed, I am black. This comes as a shock to the mainstream media. He's a black man? I didn't know he was black. I have spoken at nearly 24 Tea Party events and rallies across this country. I have talked with hundreds of Tea Party attendees. Many of you all have called my radio show and talked about the fact that you are active with the Tea Party movement, and I have an unequivocal statement to make to this ridiculous accusation. The Tea Party people are not racist, they are patriots. Maybe they ought to take a page out of our book. Maybe they ought to take a page out of our book about what patriotism is all about. You see, patriots believe in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. They recognize it. They don't try to ignore it. They don't try to ignore the Declaration and the Constitution. When I first heard about this silly accusation, the first thing I told the first reporter that I talked to, because my phone lit up, I said, first of all, let me make sure you understand this, and you can put this in the opening paragraph. Herman Cain is a Tea Party person. You got that? Make no mistake about it. I'm a Tea Party person. Now, I don't call us Tea Partiers, because see, the liberals will figure out a way to try to mess that up. Oh, they just a bunch of partiers. We are Tea Party people, and we represent the Tea Party nation all over this country. Now, here's my speculation as to why we are being attacked. Number one, it's a distraction from the failed policies of this administration and this Congress. So they create a distraction. That's why they want to shift the subject from the fact that jobs are not being created. They want to shift the subject from the fact that the stimulus spending bill is not working. They want to shift the subject from the fact that the Gulf oil crisis was mishandled. They want to shift the subject from the fact that the health care reform legislation is a travesty upon the American people. They want to shift the subject from the fact that this so-called financial deform legislation is going to basically take away more of our liberties, and it is going to help kill business in America. That's what they want the distraction to be away from, so they play the race card. But it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
And one of the accusations that they have thrown out was about some signs that were shown on TV early on in the Tea Party movement. And I admit, I don't agree with some of those signs, but as soon as those negative, racially implied signs start showing up, and the organizers said, no, don't bring that kind of stuff to the Tea Party movement, they stopped. I remember a couple of them, but they stopped. Because these people are patriots. Tea Party people are patriots. And so now they claim that they are not accusing the entire Tea Party movement as being racist, but that's the way it comes across in the mainstream media. And when they made the accusation, they knew exactly that that's how it was going to come across. The second thing that they accused us of is that our movement is infiltrated with white supremacists and KKK members. All right, now let me ask a question. Will all of the KKK members raise your hand? Let the record show none are here. Nobody raised their hand. Will all of the people that are members of a white supremacist organization raise your hand? Let the record show that none are here. I'm sick of this mess. I want to put it to bed once and for all. Now, with all of the people who are patriots of the United States of America, let me hear some noise. You're watching, you're here with the Herman Cain Show, News Talk 750 WSB.